Hi everyone, you're welcome to My Professor Note. This is Bhupesh Sharma and this is Mr. Plato, the Greek philosopher. He was a soldier in the army. Hi Plato, these are the student of English literature. They're having a little bit of difficulty in understanding your concept that you propounded 1,000 years back. And before we move further, I want to tell you that I am here to help you to make you qualify your NET, SET, GATE and the PGT in English and other English literature competitive examination. For what I provide you the exam-oriented study material and the complete guidance. And this is all what we need. An exam-oriented study material so we don't have to run here and there, a complete focus on it and a complete guidance throughout this whole journey of your examination preparation. And this is what I am here for. And if you want to get access to it, you simply have to contact me on the given numbers. So Plato is a famous disciple of the Socrates, who is known as a founding father of the Western philosophy. Socrates was a stone cutter by profession. So don't you judge anyone from their profession, from their appearance, the kind of background they come from. So here we're going to discuss Plato's work, which are known as the dialogues, because these are the philosophical investigation and they are discussed in the form of the question and answer between Plato and the other interlocutors, the debaters who are having discussion on these topics, and most of them are being answered by the Socrates. Here the central work of his philosophy is known as the Republic. That's where he discussed this theory of the idea. This is where he discussed the poetry. And the main reason to defame here poetry is not just every single poet, even though he has also praised some of the poets there. The main reason was Aristophanes. He was a comedy playwright and he defamed the Athenian philosopher in his poetry called the Cloud, and that becomes the reason that he attacked the poetry here. So let's talk about his very first theory, which is the theory of idea. He said that the idea is the actual thing, the real thing. Its implementation is the copy of the idea. So it is one time removed here, but in the case of the art, it is called thrice removed, right? First, the idea comes to your mind. For example, there is a carpenter, right? So the idea comes to his mind to make the chair. This is the idea. Now idea is being implemented. The actual chair is being created. The one time removed from the actual idea. Then a painter comes. He painted that on his canvas. 2 times removed. Then a poet comes. He look at this painting and write down his poetry. 3 times removed. So this is how it goes. And he said that the poetry is unable to go to the root of the things. It just talk about the surface. There are the 3 things on the basis of what he has attacked the poetry. The very first thing is that the poets are inspired. They do not do this consciously with a reasonful mind, thinking over it. No, it's a very impulsive behavior. One moment you think like this, another moment you think another way. So this is not good for the better citizen. This is not the thing we need. And this is not something which can make better your better citizen nor the better state. And that is the reason that these poets should be removed out of the ideal city. In the Republic, he talks about the ideal city, which will be based on the reason and the wisdom. And the king should be philosopher. If the king is not philosopher, then a philosopher should become the king, because philosopher has a certain level of knowledge which is needed, required to rule the ideal city. The second thing he said here, that the poetry has the emotional appeal. It does not deal with the reason but with the emotion. One moment you think this, another moment you think that, which is similar to the inspiration. You got inspired from something, right? But the second attack is the base that it appeals to your emotion, not to your reason. In the very first one, which is the inspiration, means you are not consciously doing it, it's just coming to you, right? The second thing, it appeals only to the emotion, not to the reason, and it is not good. Like the soldiers, right? They have to be real. They have to act according to the situation. If they get involved into the emotion, then how are they going to fight? The third thing he said here, that it is non-moral. It treats the vice and virtue alike. For example, we have seen the good people, they are suffering, and the bad people, they are happy. So on the basis of that, there is a third attack being made on them. Here in the similar work, which is the Republic, I forgot to mention some of his other works, which is the Iron, your Symposium, your Phaedrus, your Meno, and Apology. Let's get back to the Republic now. Allegory of the Cave. So here, as you can see in this picture, there is a real world. There is a light coming. Two of the person are unable to bear that light on their eyes, and inside the cave there is a fire burning. There is a parapet, and the people walking with the puppeteer, right? And their reflection is on the wall, which is being seen by the chained people. Now, what it says, it is a comparison to the education system, that this we only get the shadow, not the reality. Right? And that is the reason, that was the state of the education at that time, that he wants to create his own academy. He wants to form the idol city. Now, one of the person from that unchained himself and come out and got to know the real world. How he saw his reflection in the water, and he was shocked to know, okay, so that is a reflection, because actual him is here. So when he saw that, he got to know whatever we were seeing, like till now, was only the shadow, only the reflection. Or this person can be Plato himself, we don't know. But when he went inside your cave to tell these people that this is not the reality, actually, this is just the shadow you are seeing, they did not accept it. Right? So this is the allegory of the cave. So till now what we have discussed here, your theory of idea, which also include your imitation. Then your allegory of the cave, attack on the poets. Another thing which he discussed here is the speech. He said for the speech there are three essential. The very first thing is that you need to have the knowledge about the subject that you're going to speak. The second thing is art of the speaking. You must be good in speaking, right? And how it can be learned? By practicing. The third thing he said is that there should be the sequence in the thought that you are sharing on the subject. The introduction and the middle and the conclusion. So these are the things that he discussed in the Republic, which are important to know. Besides this, he has also attacked the drama here, right? So in drama, there are three things again. The very first is that it deals with the very baser instincts, like the playwright to influence, to impress, to make their audience involved in the play. They like talk about the very minor thing, very baser things that they do not want to happen in their own life, like the quarrel, like the fight, illegal concepts they bring into this play in order to make them attractive to the audience, sensual scenes, right? On the basis of this, he attacked them. Second thing, they impersonate, right? Whatever they do here, all these bad things like fighting, sensual things, all the bad quality, they start taking those qualities in their own character. They impersonate them, right? Those things, those qualities start coming into their own character too. The third thing is the tragic and the comic pleasure. When do we get the pleasure? He was only aware of the starry comedy only. Here Plato was only aware of the starry comedy only. What is a starry comedy? We see here the weak person try to be strong, the dumb person try to be very smart. So you try to be something that you are not, which he considered as a malicious. And on these three things he has attacked the drama here too. I hope now this concept, this work is very much clear to you now. So my only purpose is to make the subjective thing clear to you, to its very core. And questions we will be discussing in another video where we will be discussing your the objective type questions, MCQ analysis on Plato. So in order to make sure that you do not miss even a single question, you can be ready for your SET examination, your NET examination, your JRF, your GATE, right, and your PGT English examination. Very soon we'll be back with another relevant video. Till then time, you just keep learning. This is Bhupesh Sharma signing off.